HanTang dance is the Chinese classical dance created with spirits and artistic traits of Han and Tang dynasties as its major aesthetics, which was the most glorious part in ancient Chinese history on the basis of traditional music and dance culture from Han and Tang dynasties as well as dance forms of local operas. This video will introduce the HanTang dance around the following 3 questions. What's the difference between the audience for HanTang dance now and the audience then? How Chineseness is expressed in HanTang dance? How did the HanTang dance reflect the social hierarchy of the society at that time? Pretend we are traveling in a time machine and receive an invitation to a banquet in the Tang Dynasty, and we will find that the guests are the dynasty's royals as well as the emperor of the dynasty. In other words, the royal males. In the ancient Chinese article Wu Fu, it is mentioned how the HanTang dances and court dances received the favor of the royals. The band was ready, and the table was filled with wine. Drums were beaten on 6 sides, and pipes were played. The guests were drunk, and the sun had passed the hour of noon, and the music was unrestrained and brilliant. The beautiful women stood up and prepared to dance, putting on makeup and changing their clothes. They were dressed in silk garments of mixed colors, and they adorned themselves with affectionate looks. The musicians struck their instruments at the times formed up, placing their drums side by side on the ground. Take a time transfer machine back to the year 2023, at which time the HanTang dance looks like this. Take a ticket and watch it as an ordinary audience. Annie, a HanTang dancer, told me that the audience for HanTang dance is not very diverse. She has many friends in their 10s and 20s who are also enjoying the dance. Nowadays, with a ticket, you can watch classical dance performances in Chinese theaters. The audience ranges from small children to the elderly, and both men and women love it. When HanTang dance was founded and established as a discipline in the 1980s, its creator Sun Ying and other practitioners placed high value on Chineseness, understood as a unified and inherited cultural essence of the nation. So how Chineseness is expressed in HanTang dance? The in-depth understanding and study of the graphic and figurative data of the tombs, portrait stones, portrait bricks, terracotta figurines, and other cultural relics were the key to Mr. Sun's construction of the HanTang dance system. When it comes to costumes, sleeves are very Chineseness characteristic. As a form of dance expression, the dancing sleeve is an extension of the body's breathing. Incorporated in the dance movement, it gives a sense of rhythmic motion, and this dynamic change presents the imagery of alternating light and darkness and shifting scenery in Chinese landscape paintings. Then comes to the music. These tunes and lyrics were composed by a Han Dynasty institution, Yuefu, which specialized in collecting and setting to music ballads and poems for court performances. The lyrics depict the daily lives of the people. The tune is joyful but not obscene, mournful but not sad, implying the doctrine of the Ming, which is Confucianism. In addition to the music, the drum in the specific dance Xianghe Ge is also a representation of Chineseness. People in the Han Dynasty compare the drum to the sun, and to dance on the drum is to dance in the sky and dance with the gods, reflecting the ancient Chinese philosophical concept of the unity of heaven and mankind. After the above examples, we can clearly summarize that the Chineseness of the HanTang dances are all embodied in the ancient Chinese philosophy, and this philosophy is the quest for balance between humans and nature, the harmony of the universe. The final question is, how did the HanTang dance reflect the social hierarchy of the society at that time? Both the Han and Tang dynasties were feudal times ruled by emperors. HanTang dances, as court dances, were mostly danced by women with slim bodies. The audience, on the other hand, was all male. Being a very gender-divided dance, this implies the situation of women at that time. They were viewed as objects. Their beauty and dance were resorts to be used to please powerful men. At the same time, if we pay attention to the costumes of the dance, we will easily notice that the woman's slim waist is emphasized, which reflects the fetishization. The dance depicts the lives of the people with the desire for love and the quest for freedom, but ironically, the dancers who played these vivid roles have opposite tragic lives. In those days, the social status of people who were dancers was at the bottom of the social ladder. They were enslaved. They were sold to the royal palaces to be trained as dancing machines and had no human rights. They were even commodified and sold to powerful families as pleasure objects for their male masters. Behind the elaborate costumes and makeup is the tragedy of romanticized women. There are also many ethnic minorities among them. Because of the realness of the ethnic minorities, they are captured by the Han people to be dancers, forcing them to change their original ethnic cultures, learn Han dances, or sexualize their ethnic dances to please the powerful men. All of these examples illustrate the tragic lives of dancers during the feudal era. As the lower class of society, they appear in all their splendor in the magnificent house, implying the devouring of human nature by power. Desperate young girls perform an energetic dance, alluding to the ignorance of the rulers of the time about injustice. HanTangDance has gone from extinct to back on the stage. It has experienced changes and constancy. As a current dance, the audience and dancers have changed. Ordinary people can also watch, and the dancers are no longer enslaved. What remains unchanged in HanTangDance is the reverence for the harmony of nature and the pursuit of the unity of heaven and mankind, which has been practiced since ancient times in China. This is the philosophy of HanTangDance from ancient times to the present.